For the last 30 years or so, the web browser has basically been the same deal. You know the drill. We type something in, it spits out a bunch of links, and then we do all the real work. Well, that whole era, it's ending. Right now, we are literally watching the end of browsing as we've always known it. So let me just start with this question. What if your browser stopped being this passive window and became an active partner? What if it could understand what you were actually trying to achieve and just did all the work for you? And that brings us to the big idea for today, the Agentic Browser. The most important words here are proactive assistant. This signals a massive shift. We're moving from a browser that understands your search query to one that understands your goal. It doesn't just find stuff, it actually researches, it summarizes, and yeah, it can even complete tasks for you. And a change this big has, of course, kicked off the next great tech war. But what's so wild is that the battlefield isn't some new device or a flashy app. Nope. The fight is happening right inside the browser itself, the one tool that pretty much all of us use every single day. This really breaks down the whole shift perfectly. For 30 years, we have been living on the left side of the screen, in the passive window world. We do all the heavy lifting, the clicking, the reading, the trying to paste everything together. Now we're moving over to the right, the proactive assistant, where the browser starts doing that work for us. So the big established players, the giants, they've seen this coming. And their strategy? It's to integrate AI directly into the browsers we already use, turning these familiar tools into, essentially, powerful co-pilots for our journey on the web. Microsoft really fired one of the first major shots in this new war. They took their AI, Copilot, and embedded it directly into the Edge browser. It's just right there in the sidebar, ready to help. So what does that actually look like in practice? Well, Copilot can take a super dense article and just summarize it for you. It can even draft an email based on the web page you're looking at. It's pretty much a built-in research assistant that just lives in your browser now. Not wanting to be left behind, Opera took a very similar path. They integrated their own native AI, which is called Aria, and again, the whole goal here is to make the browser smarter from the inside out. Just like Copilot, Aria also lives in the sidebar, ready to generate text or answer questions. One of the sources we looked at described it perfectly. It's all about giving the browser a built-in brain. And that kind of nails it, doesn't it? All right, but you can't have a conversation about browsers without talking about the undisputed king of the hill, Google Chrome. Their strategy is all about fortifying their dominant position, and they're doing that by integrating their powerful Gemini AI model right into the Chrome experience. You could say Google is playing defense, but it's a very smart defense. They're adding these cool features like a Help Me Write tool and intelligent tab organization. They're not trying to radically change the experience we all know, just enhance it, all while leveraging their huge ecosystem. So, okay, all the major players are adding these powerful AI co-pilots. Got it. But that's just one half of the story. The next wave isn't just about assisting the user, it's about acting for the user. We're making a leap from being AI-assisted to being truly agentic. And this is where the new challengers come into play. We're talking about startups that are building browsers completely from the ground up. For them, AI isn't just a feature they bolted on. It is the absolute core of the product. The agent is the browser. And we have to give a nod to Arc Browser here. While it's not fully agentic in the way we're discussing, it was a huge trailblazer. Arc completely rethought the browser's interface, and in doing so, it proved that millions of people were absolutely hungry for a smarter, more organized way to use the web. A perfect example of this new agentic approach is Perplexity, which actually calls itself an answer engine. Now, that name is very deliberate. It's about getting you answers, not just a list of blue links. And its workflow is the heart of the agentic model. It's simple. You ask a question. Then it goes out and browses multiple sources for you. And what it brings back isn't a list of pages. It's a single, synthesized answer, complete with citations. It literally does the research for you. But the ultimate vision, maybe the most ambitious one of all, is coming from OpenAI. Imagine a browser powered directly by their technology. Its purpose wouldn't just be to find information, but to accomplish complex, multi-step tasks from start to finish. This quote here makes the whole concept crystal clear. Notice, that's not a search query. It's a command, a to-do list. The browser would then go and interact with the airline sites, the booking sites, the hotel sites, all on your behalf to get the entire job done. That is the agentic future. So what does this all add up to? Well, It signals a fundamental change in our relationship with the internet. We're talking about the next evolution of the web, a massive move from what's called a pull model to a push model. For our entire online lives, we've lived in the pull model on the left. We have to actively search for and pull information out of a vast sea of links. The Agentic Browser flips that whole script. It's the push model on the right, where our AI agent understands what we want and simply pushes the finished answer or the completed task directly to us. So, at the end of the day, the browser is graduating. It's no longer just a simple tool for viewing web pages. It's actually becoming your personal, proactive agent for navigating the entire digital world. This is so much more than just a new feature, it's a true paradigm shift. The browser wars are back, for sure. But this time, the winner isn't going to be the one with the most features. The winner will be the one that builds the smartest agent. Which leaves us with the biggest question of all. What happens next?